Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm going to scroll through the chat real quick and say hello, and then I'll explain what's going on with the setup tonight. We got Lefty3213A, Big Tank Tank, Griffin Fishroom, B Stag, Gina French, Scott Backer, Pegasus Arena, Pegamus Maximus. Now they're trying to tie me up back to back there. Scott's Aquatics, Aquaballs, John Cox, Taylor's Aquatics, Dragon Lair, and I'm running off of the StreamYard chat, so I'm sure there are probably other people already in here, but it's not going to update for a minute. Basically, I am at work, so you will only be getting my voice. But you have these two lovely gentlemen, as you see above me, that you can't see me pointing to, that will be entertaining you all tonight as well. So I appreciate everybody being here. Do me a favor, be sure to give Ed a big thumbs up. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you to Rack, who I am sure sent everybody this way, but I had too much going on to be listening for the last couple minutes and be trying to organize this. I'm going to turn it over to Chattanooga Ed and let him tell you what we're going to talk about and introduce Big J. No introduction really needed, but you know.
Yeah, everybody probably knows Big J. He's an awesome guy. He's out in California. He works in a fish store. Pretty much an expert on big fish, little. If you work at a fish store and you're successful, you're probably an expert.
I wouldn't go as far as an expert, but I'm very knowledgeable.
Okay, well, you got me beat, I'm sure. And of course, you guys know James. Unfortunately, he got stuck at work on one of his last days, so he's not here. And my topic for tonight was going to be summer tubbing. And I even remember seeing that Rack was going to be doing a live stream with Science Gal Carrie about summer tubbing, and doggone it, I didn't even link up the times and dates, and so you guys get another hour, I guess, of summer tubbing. Sorry about that, but at least it's on my mind right now, so I figured that it's probably on everybody else's mind. This year's been such a crazy year. I haven't been able to get my fish out until like right now, because it's been such a cold winter or a cold summer and spring. But tomorrow I plan on dumping the guppies in. And Big J, I thought I would like go through the steps that I've gone to prepare to do this. And like, you tell me where I'm doing wrong or suggestions on how to make me do it better or things that you do.
Okay.
And Big J is on the opposite side of the country. He's in California and I'm in Tennessee. So we might even have different situations. Like he gets to keep a pond on his porch year round with his big fish. That's just amazing.
Yeah.
And, well, you know, maybe we'll talk about predators first, because this is something that I've been, thinking and pretty paranoid about. Is what's going to eat my fish in my tub.
Yeah.
And so I was like making a list of things, and I've got it down, and I've got a privacy fence going around my area. So I don't think I'm going to have problems with like raccoons and possums, or cats. I don't see it. I don't have any way for a cat to climb into it. I remember a crazy story when I was in St. Louis. I used to keep goldfish ponds throughout the year. And that was year round because, you can let it freeze over. I just dug them real deep. And that was actually in the ground ponds that I made that were concrete that just went straight down. And we always put like grids over it to keep like raccoons from getting in there and stuff. Well, this one lady was having a problem with her koi they kept disappearing. And she called the Missouri Conservation, and they set up first she put up a fence or like a little gate type thing over it so it couldn't get in. And then the Missouri guys, they came out and they set up a night cam like you'd set up for maybe seeing deer or something at night. It turned out it was an owl, because she kept losing fish after she put it on, and the owl would fly down at night. And when she put that grate on there, it was even better because it was able to just stand and fish. So I would have loved to catch the fish, before the grate.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have a net on my pond, but it's not for predators because I've had my pond I'm talking about my koi pond that is outside in the, in like my tubs and everything that are all pretty much exposed to nature. And I've had that pond set up for 3 years. So predator, other than cats, but now if I could just keep my dog out of the ponds and the tubs, it's all fine. But he keeps the cats out and any other large. But he's a big guy, and he kind of he gets clumsy, and has fell in the koi pond before. So, but yeah, I got a net on there, but only because I found koi on the floor.
Oh,
yeah,
I've
lost like 3 koi, and I don't know if I doubt it was from any predator. It's just from them jumping. And yeah, and then other than that, like I have a big tree too, and there's birds up there, but none of them are real predator birds. They're mainly like little doves and stuff like that, which they do come, and I've watched them. They just drink water and fly away. So, but the dogs do chase them off too. It's kind of funny. I even got a couple little chihuahuas work really well to keep off the birds from your pond.
Yeah, well, they're probably the best because they're like they got the spirit of a Doberman, but
yeah, I got 2 chihuahuas and a big pit bull, so they pretty much help me with any large predators for my areas. The only thing is the pit bull likes to drink out of all my tubs and my koi pond.
Well, back in Missouri, we had gray herring, and I've seen gray herring here, but I've never seen them in my neighborhood. And I've got a couple neighbors that have ponds too. We've got a major lake, like just a quarter mile away.
Yeah,
but
that's
open.
The same, kind of like the same here. There is big predator. I don't know whether it's like a crane of some sort. They got the big, the big yellow birds. I don't know. They're white with yellow, big yellow beak, fly, some type of crane that are out here. But we got a big river that runs right here. So they're all right there. I've never seen them at my house, and I'm probably about 10 blocks away from the river.
Oh, that's awesome.
I guess that keeps most of the predator birds away from my fish.
Yeah. Well, I remember there were some videos of Corey from Aquarium Co-op. He had I think it was a gray herring. Maybe it was some other type of herring or something, some other bird. But it was coming, and it was chucking down some of his real expensive koi. And that would really stink. So
yeah. Somebody said something about pit bull love. Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, I love my pitty. That's my boy right there.
You know, pit bulls can be the cutest dogs in the world. I know that people are terrified of them, but they can be really pretty. But I'm still terrified of them. If I go up to pit bull, I'll go say, "Hey, can I pet him?" And then they say, "Sure." But then once I find out it's a pit bull, then it's like, "Ooh, it's a pit bull."
Yeah, if you were ever in California, my big old guy would make you change your mind. He'll give you. I'm no joke. My big pit bull, when I'm around, he'll give you a hug. He'll get up, and he's a big boy. He'll give you a hug and everything. He's a great guy. He's a great dog.
That's awesome.
But he does look he looks mean, but he's not. There's not a mean bone in his body.
Hey, if he keeps the predators away, that's awesome.
He does, and he keeps all the stray cats out of my yard. Yeah, because when I first moved into my house, the last people were big cat people, and there was in this garage where my fish room is, there was like 18 cats living in here when I first moved in here.
Oh man!
Unfortunately, I even found a couple that weren't alive no more. You know what I mean? That was how bad it was.
Well, feral cats don't live very long in general.
Yeah,
so they got to die somewhere.
It was a bad situation when I first moved into this house. Only the garage, because it was left wide open, and it literally, no joke, had like 4 cat trees and houses inside of his garage. It was crazy.
So they loved them too.
Yeah, they loved them.
Wow.
They loved them. Yeah. So but anyways.
It's cool. I got a cat sitting behind me or in front of me.
I got two that are mine and one that's my girlfriend's sister's that lives with us right now. I love cats and dogs. I love all animals. So
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. Really big birds kind of freak me out with their giant beaks, and spiders and things that have exoskeletons. I mean, I guess shrimp and crabs are okay, but
yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of spiders. I could deal without spiders, but most other things I'm cool with.
Oh, millipedes. Oh, I hate them too.
Those are kind of cool. I like those actually.
Oh, I don't want one touching me though.
Oh no, I'm not saying I want one like crawling. I'm just in to look at, but no, if it's touching me, it'd probably, it'd fly across the room and I'd start stomping.
It's really weird. It seems like every year since I've lived here in Chattanooga, we have a different insect that's dominant for the year. And 2 years ago, it was these black water beetles. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
And last year was these things called house centipedes. We didn't have those in Missouri, but they were nasty looking things. They had real super long legs. And they almost looked like hair they're walking on. They're bizarre.
We have out here, we just have the problem that we have are those big water bugs. They're like the big flying cockroaches.
Yeah.
They fly too. The males fly or the females fly or something. I don't know, but they're like a good 3 inches. They're big suckers. They're all over here in California.
Now you say it's a water bug.
Yeah, that's what they're called. They're called it's a cockroach, but there's a giant one.
Does it go into the water?
Yeah, they go to what they're looking for water and drink water. Like if I go into to my outside tubs right now, I'll probably find 2 or 3 dead ones in there that went in there and they'll end up drowning or whatever. I don't know what happened, but I always pull them out.
Well, I read about the water beetles, the black water beetles. They get a worm in them, and it gets in their head, and that worm tells them to go to water, and that's why they're always searching for water and jumping in water.
Maybe that might be the same. I don't know if that's the same for the big. That's just what I heard they were called. What they look like to me is, you remember that movie a long time ago, Joe's Apartment, with all the cockroaches. Yes. It was a long time ago. This is like, well,
was it Steve Buscemi?
You're my age, so you'd remember. It was back when we were kids.
I think Steve Buscemi was the main character.
I don't know. It was just him in that ran down apartment, and the cockroaches took over, and they were the big old ones that were taught. That's what these guys look like, but they fly.
Yeah, I couldn't watch that show.
Palmetto bugs in Florida. I hated those things. That's like my one fear. I've caught rattlesnakes by hand, but I don't mess with those. I scream, and Miss Fever comes and saves the day.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since we're talking about beetles, a predator beetle is called a diving beetle, and they're also called oarmen. And this is something that I've looked up from my tubbing because I'm real paranoid about different things. They're a type of a roach also. I don't know if people have ever seen them. They look like a round beetle that stays on the water all the time, and they have one big leg that goes like this. And that's why they're called oarmen.
I've seen those before, yeah.
They're called diving beetles, and they can actually eat your fish.
Well, if they're small enough, if they're little, because I noticed those little guys, what you're talking about, are kind of small. They are, sometimes they are small. So, so it would have to be a really small, young, very young fry, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they would eat fry and mosquito larvae and little tadpoles, real young.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can hear my frogs outside.
Oh, I can hear them.
I've already got tadpoles growing in my tubs.
That's awesome. I had that at one time, but my red tail ended up eating them.
Oh, I bet he probably just their lunch.
They got pretty big too. I found them in there when they were really small, and then
Well, I couldn't find anything to stop the oarsmen. When I first moved to this house, we got a pool that hadn't been used for 5 years. And there were millions of them in the pool, and we had frogs in the pool. It was like a pond. Yeah. And so it took a long time to clean it all up. But I mean, I swam in it today, so it's good to go now. But I was paranoid about those beetles trying to get into my tub somehow.
Yeah.
But you talked about the tab holes. That's another one of my things on the list. Good or bad?
Depends on what you are raising in your tubs.
Yeah. Well, I think if you got little ones, you're okay because they just mostly eat what looks like microplants and algae.
Yeah.
But the bullfrogs might eat everything. I think they might be little garbage disposals.
Yeah, that's what I had. I had bullfrogs. They were little tiny, but as they were growing, I looked them up. They ended up being bullfrogs, and I had them with some wild caught guppies that I caught out the river, and so I had to move them real quick. I moved them. That's why I moved them into the big pond with the catfish, and they lived for a very long time until they got to good eating size, and then he got them.
Yeah, but these are little croakers, so I think they'll be fine. I'm hoping. Yeah, I mean, they sound big, but they're like, about that big.
That's awesome, though, to have little tadpoles and frogs in there.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. I've got lots of mosquito already growing in there, but I hope I don't have dragonflies. Harry and Rack talked about dragonflies earlier, about the nymphs, and I did a little research on those suckers, too. I don't see many dragonflies here. I don't think I've seen one since I've moved here, at least around my house, which I think is a good thing. I kind of live a lot higher altitude than the lake, because this Chattanooga is kind of like mountains and stuff. It's Appalachian Mountains, like the base of the mountains where they start going all the way up towards Pennsylvania and up. So we got the lower mountains, but still, I think it might, hopefully maybe a windbreak or something to keep some of them away. I don't know. But I got some nasty stats on dragon nymphs. They grow, depending on the type you've got, they grow up to 2.5 inches long.
Oh, wow.
And they can eat a fish the same length. And I mean, there's tropical ones that eat lots bigger fish. But in North America, like our big dragonflies that fly, the nymphs are 2.5 inches. I mean, that's gross. And then get this, they can live in the water sometimes just a few months, sometimes up to 5 years.
Oh, wow.
A dragonfly spends most of its life underwater.
That's so crazy.
And I mean, my whole life I've loved dragonflies because they eat mosquitoes. So in Mississippi, they call them dragon wolves. I think that's so cool. Or no, mosquito wolves.
Mosquito. I've heard of that.
I've only had goldfish ponds, and like Rack was saying, he's never had really a problem with the dragonflies, but maybe it's because the goldfish, like I had, just ate everything.
Yeah, see, I've never, in my koi pond, I've never even seen a mosquito larvae in there. Yeah, I've never seen anything other than the fish, and I've had that up and running. Well, that pond's been up and running. It hasn't had koi in it the whole time. It had cichlids in there at one time. It had an Oscar in there at one time, and it had all kinds of different things in there. But recently, it's had goldfish and koi for the last long time, and still, all my other tubs got all kinds of creatures in it.
That's awesome, man.
I moved one, and I think it was the type of scud. It might have been like what you were just talking about, but it looked like a roly-poly. But it had a long tentacle tails or something, and all the little, so it was like one of those, some type of like a anthiopod or cocopod or scud or whatever those things are called. And they were huge, though. I mean, I'm talking about a good inch. And it was when I moved one of my tubs. It was actually my tub that just had it had all my water hyacinth in it, and it actually had, when I dumped it, it still had 3 rosy minnows that were actually like almost about 4 inches and about as thick as my finger.
Oh, that's awesome!
They're like the largest rosy minnows I've ever seen. I've had them in there for a while, but they lived in there, and these things that were in there, I ain't joking. They were about a good inch most of them that I saw, and when I dumped that thing out, there was quite a bit of them in there. And I don't even know what they were. They were kind of crazy. It was weird.
Yeah, they look like aliens. They some look like just giant mosquito larvae, but some of them look like a submarine with that weird tail and a couple of arms or something.
It looked like a roly-poly with like long tentacles in the back and a lot of legs. Like a lot. That's what it looked like to me.
I don't know. Bizarre.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. There was a whole bunch of them. And they didn't eat the fish because the fish were in there the whole time with them. So whatever they were good. I kept some of them because I didn't dump the bucket completely out. That was just most of what, when I moved, because I had to pick the tub up. I wanted it on the different part of the yard. So sounds like a trumpet. What is it? How's that? Tripo? I can't pronounce that. See what HC's just wrote?
Tripus.
Tripus?
Tripos?
Tripod?
No. Terrible too. Earlier, Shoiw, I saw up here, and I apologize, guys. I appreciate everybody typing and chatting and talk to each other, and you can throw stuff to us.
Triops? Is that better? Triops?
Maybe. Well, I could Google it, but
yeah.
I will do my best to try to catch stuff. I'm in StreamYard, so I'm about 15 seconds behind the chat, and
we've been missing quite a bit. They've been going like crazy, but yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
well,
we got 50 people in here, or you got 50 people in here.
That's awesome. Well, if anybody has a really important thing and I don't see it, ask Bob, because Bob knows all about things in your pond. And Bob now probably is mad at me. He's probably shaking his fist.
HC said, yeah, so it's triops. Okay, I'm gonna look that up to see. Are they good? Are they good for tubs?
I've never. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna write that down.
HC Aqua.
Try pops. I'm gonna look that up after the stream, and then I'll give an update next week if we don't get it done.
Fever said he's gonna lurk from here.
Oh, that's cool. And thank you to all my awesome mods, man. You guys are great. I hope I don't drive you crazy tonight. I see Monica Lynn's here, and Bob's here, and Danikin, and Ginger.
All the cool people.
And yeah, you guys are all awesome. Your names aren't highlighted for me, so I'm not for sure. It doesn't say who's a mod or not, so I'm trying to just flip, but I don't see the color difference. But somewhere Shoiw was saying, he was saying that he's got bald eagles, bears, raccoons, and snakes, I guess, up there. And I used to have lots of bald eagles in Missouri. When it was really normal for me to have one like on top of my house, because I lived really close to the Mississippi River, and there was a levee not too far, or a dam not too far from me. And every winter, we'd probably have like 50 bald eagles and probably 10 gold eagles. They would come down from the south, and they would fish the broken spots in the river. But then they'd come and like land in the trees by my house. And I'm surprised they never ate my goldfish. Well, my goldfish were covered in ice.
Oh, yeah, so they probably didn't bother them. They probably had something bigger and better to eat then. That's why I think that, like, the birds leave my stuff alone because, like I said, the lake's right there, or the river's right there. And I just saw something in here real quick. Catfish Terry says hi. He jumped in here. What did HC said that he's never had them before, but he knows what they look like and sounds like what I described. Okay, so I'll have to look it up.
Well, Jesse, are they bad or good?
He says he don't know. He says he don't know. He's never had them.
Well, that's interesting then.
Yeah, now I'm definitely have to got something to Google after I get off the stream. Well, I could actually Google it now.
We have Pugimus Maximus, Jesse, Catfish Terry, Lefty, Scotty, and Danikin are all here. I don't know if James said hi to you guys, but I'm trying to work on saying hi to people. Sicklets, 23. And you see, one of my problems is I like to shorten names, so I always call Sicklets just Sick. And I need to not do that type of stuff. So Gina French is here. We just got a whole bunch of great people. Fishroom Fever's typing. Wow. Nola Jane. So thank you guys so much. And I will do my best to catch things that you're typing, but no guarantees. And okay, I got another living thing that unwanted guest.
It says that it doesn't recommend putting them with fish. The water conditions for fish tanks may not be stable for them. Some fish will eat them immediately.
Wow.
So,
well, it doesn't sound like they're predators, though.
No, so it just sounds like good food.
Yeah, unless they're expensive to buy. Like, people buy those Orman, the diving beetles. People like those because they're fun to watch, dive in their tanks and stuff. But I think you just want a diving beetle tank. You don't want fish with it.
I don't know. Does it look like that? I don't know if it looks like this. So. I wonder if there's any dried up ones on the ground over there. I guess it kind of looked like that, but it looked more like a
I know that are isopods roly-polies? I think that's what they call
it. It might have just been an isopod.
Pillbot. And I think they have gill. All of them might have like some type of a gill or something. So it might have been.
Sorry.
It's all good. At least they aren't coming for your neighbor.
No, they just went by. Yeah, I guess it is a type of an isopod because it looked more like that.
Well, okay.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah,
the one other major bad thing, and I'm leaving mosquitoes off the list because we all hate mosquitoes, but we want them because that's one of the major attractions is for our fish to eat the mosquitoes. So I'm not even putting the mosquitoes on the list, but I did put leeches. And like Father Fish had the thing at the beginning of the year where he was trying to get people to go out and get scoop stuff out of their local lakes and put it together. Yeah. And I thought that'd be really cool to do in like a small thing, but the whole time I was thinking I'm going to scoop up a bunch of leeches. And like when I used to work at a farm where I got to herd cattle once a year, but they'd also pay me to go collect their ducks because they go duck hunting and they put all those plastic ducks out and there's like 1,500 of them. So we would just spend all day long in a boat collecting them, but they would be covered in leeches. Bottoms.
Yeah.
So they're just plastic, but the leeches just stick to it. So I was like, are leeches good in your pond or bad in your pond? That's the question. And
I wouldn't want them in my pond.
Yeah, well, I looked it up, and most fish love to eat them. But if you get a big leech, my guppies aren't going to eat that. I mean, maybe they'll eat the leech eggs and the baby leeches, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't want because in my koi pond, I wouldn't worry about seeing a leech, unless it was on them, because that is possible there too. I would take that out, but now, yeah, like you were saying, in my totes and my summer tubs, I would want that out because I have basically guppies and live bearers, and I think they would eat one of my baby, like the little baby fry.
Yeah, see, I don't know if they will or not. I was trying to look it up.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so, but I don't know. Anytime.
Oh, look, Bob just said, anytime you get live blackworms, whoops.
You'll get leeches. Huh.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then there's also those leeches that get on snails that are pretty nasty too. They only suck on snails.
Yeah.
But my snails are so small, I don't even know if I have them. So
I haven't seen no leeches.
Those are a lot of my things that I'm paranoid about. And I was going to wait and see if I start seeing dragonflies, put the netting down.
Yeah, that's what I'm same here. I have netting for my tubs. Is the same netting I I have for my pond that I covered it. And that, like I said, that wasn't for no predators, just because for some reason my koi kept jumping out. I had three koi jump out on me. 2 of them did not survive. One of them, I guess I caught it like right when it jumped, because I got him back in. He was kind of knocked silly, and then he was back swimming normal and eating at the normal feeding time.
Well, and I've got another reason why we also put those grates over the ponds was because my sister, how we did it was I had a lot across the street with a few acres. My dad had a few acres, and then my sister had acreage next to him. And so we had like a whole bunch of land, but she had a whole mess of kids. And I was always afraid that they would be in my backyard and think it was a pool and jump in or something and grab my pond. So that was why I also did that. But it's a safety for kids. But let's go to now I'm going to tell you the things that I'm doing for my pond for setting it up.
Okay.
And, I talked about the nets. I don't want the nets because I've got water hyacinth, and I want to be able to see those pretty flowers. If anybody hasn't watched Bob Kaler's Aquatics video from today, he's got a beautiful one blooming in his pond. So go check that out. Preferably after the stream.
Yeah. Mine haven't bloomed yet, but I'm waiting. Any day I'm going to start getting some flowers.
Oh, I'm hoping that it'd be awesome to see that.
Yeah.
And
I did last year, so this year it should. Yeah.
My other plants that I have in it, I'm doing 2 different types of plants for the fry, underwater plant. I've got water sprite in one tank. Or in one tub. My tubs are 110-gallon tubs.
Nice.
I wanted to go 75, but it was like $5 more for 35 more gallons. And it's like, no, I'll just do that. So that's why I got the 110s. But I got water sprite in one, and I'm doing something I've never done before. It's called Kabomba. Have you heard of that? It's CABOMBA. It's like Kabomba Carolina Lala or something. I'll show you a picture. It is like super pretty. It's like a stem plant that has like the leaves like form circles around it like puffs.
Oh,
very neat. So what I did is that these are photos that I took off of off of Google. So they're not mine, but
okay, yeah. I've seen that before. I know what you're talking about. I just don't know the name. Yeah.
That's what it looks like from above.
Oh, nice.
So it looks like little cotton balls.
Yeah, like little green clouds.
Yeah, and it just, man. So I bought 6 stems of that for my tub, and then I've got 3 for one tank. So I'm going to try seeing how I can do it indoors, and then how it does outdoors.
Nice.
And man, I would love this to take over because the guppy grass drives me nuts, man.
Yeah, I still can't get that to grow.
It grows like crazy, and it just drives me nuts. And this might grow like crazy too, but at least it'll all be in one stick, and I can just pull it out easier.
Yeah. We'll see. I have some guppy grass. I got a couple little pieces. Well, they were probably like 2 or 3 like that big. Got it in a tub with one of the guppies, and the other plants are doing good, but I can't really see the guppy grass because the water turned green.
Oh.
So, but that's fine because it's just part of the stage because it's one of the later ones that I set up, and the one right next to it that I set up like 4 days prior is crystal clear, and it was just green as heck, just as green as that one was 4 days prior. If you kind of get what I'm saying, yeah. So I'm hoping it clears up, and I can see if the guppy grass is doing anything.
I bet the guppy grass will end up winning that battle. It's crazy how it works. I mean, it's a great sponge for sucking the crap. Well, I shouldn't have said that. Sucking the bad stuff out of the water.
Yeah, and there's plenty of it. It's that water's like I said, it's green. So, and like I said, there's water lettuce, and there's also duckweed, and there's, I think it's either called Sylvania or the frog spawn or whatever that stuff. The smaller round ones that all connect. They're like round, look like little tiny mini lily pads.
Oh, frog bit.
I think it's called frog bit or Sylvania or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was actually going to be my next thing. Was my floating plants are water hyacinth, and today Monica sent me a whole batch of frog bit.
Nice.
And it is awesome. And I'm keeping it in air conditioning right now. This is all out. It was 90 today, so it's hot.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to keep it out here, but I'm going to actually throw it in. Well, I'm not going to throw it in the pond, but I'm going to put it in the pond. I'm going to put it in a tank tonight, and then I'm going to put it in the pond. But I left it in the bowl so I could show it to you guys tonight. I'll just grab it real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, it'll only take a second.
Hey, Priscilla. And GRB said Sylvania. Yeah. James. Oh, yeah. What happened? Priscilla, you said what happened to Fisher and Fever? He's stuck at work. What happened to James? Yeah, he's stuck at work.
This stuff is so cool. And I wanted it for my tanks, but she sent me so much. I'm going to put some in the pond.
Yeah, see, I have the smaller one of that.
Oh,
let me see if I can go. Let me go see if I could get a piece. I'll show you guys, and maybe people could act, but it's like really awesome. And I've been waiting to get some of it. I want some of what you have too. That stuff is the cool stuff too. Now I'm going to go get my little piece.
I know exactly what he's talking about. I got some of that from, oh boy, I'm trying to remember her name. Jen Wilson. I met Jen Wilson in Maryland at the Big Fish Deal. She was doing the fish tank or the shrimp tank escape off that we were doing. She was like the host of it. And she gave us some really pretty shrimp, James and I, and it had some of this little the stuff that he's going to bring. And it's super cool because it actually wins out over duckweed. And it's really neat because it'll like clumper like 12 real tight. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and it goes into like little groups, and it grows two next to each other, and they're long strings, and they just keep growing, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what this one's called. This one I thought was like the Sylvania or there we go. Look, you can see it right there. And it's got the little kind of furry tops, kind of like what you have. Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's really neat too.
Yeah, I like it. I like how it grows. And then right now what's really cool, because they're out in the summer tubs, some of the leaves are turning reddish.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm gonna go put this back. Be right back.
Sure. I have a different type of frog bit that I got from Sean Peck. He gave me one little one, or maybe two little ones, and James the same way. And now we've got like 15 of them, and it's a different type than this one. And this is so cool. I didn't want to put the Sean Peck ones outside because I don't want to try to get any duckweed in these ponds, just because I hate fighting duckweed. And unfortunately, the Sean Peck ones they're beating the duckweed out, but they're covered in duckweed. And I just, I scoop all the time, but I heard that you're not supposed to dump them a lot of water over them. So I don't want to like totally wash them off, even though I'm going to probably do it because basically what I'm doing is to try to beat the duckweed. I'm going from old tanks to new tanks.
Whew.
And trying to not transfer anything into the new tanks. And then the old tanks, I'm completely 100% washing out. And then I'm cycling it through that way. Man.
Red root floaters?
Yeah, well, I heard like 2 years ago when I first got into plants, they said, be careful of duckweed because it's tank herpes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'll make sure I don't get any. And somehow I got it.
Yeah. Now, I just recently at work, I seen somebody brought in some it was duckweed, but it's like it doesn't grow. It's like bigger leaves, and then it's just throwing one really big long root instead of the typical. And they're weird looking. I got some of it to see if it gets any bigger. I was hoping it was like that large duckweed. Have you heard about that one? It's like a duckweed, but it gets just a little bit bigger.
Nuh-uh.
I heard about it in somebody's stream recently.
Oh, you know what? That's maybe what I've got because I've seen some people have little bitty duckweed, and I've got bigger duckweed.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it got smaller.
I have the little tiny stuff, and then I seen this stuff coming at work, and it's got like bigger leaves. It's crazy. What is? Yeah, I see something about Big J. What is? Oh, Priscilla, Big J. We ain't playing pool now. Yeah.
Well. The one thing I've got a question, and maybe you know this or somebody in the chat, is I bought one tub pond, like that runs off of solar energy, and it's a fountain, rather. Will that mess up my floating plants? Because I know they're not supposed to get much water on top, but it does rain.
Yeah. I don't know, because even my water lettuce and my pond and the water hyacinth, the ones that usually get caught underneath the waterfall, and then I have to kind of move them to the other side, they start looking, getting beat up. But I usually think it's just getting beat up. But it keeps they are getting submerged. They keep getting submerged. So I would say maybe not so good.
They're like African violets. Do you know what an African violet is? It's this plant that you can't get water on the leaf whatsoever.
Yeah.
Or it shrivels up. So you got to water it from underneath the ground, or like your pot has to have holes and you water it from underneath.
Yeah.
They make really pretty little, like daisy, or I don't know, good, but little pretty flowers. And I used to keep them as a kid. But you could cut them at the base and put them in water, and then they'd grow roots, and you could plant them again.
Yeah.
I had tons of African violets when I was growing up, but I liked it just because it was such a weird plant. But yeah, I know I was a goofy kid. Yeah. But let's see. What's Bob said? Solar fountains would be like a rainforest rain.
Jesse said there's three, or HC Aqua says there's 3 different types of duckweed.
Salvania sheds water off the leaves. Now, can you say that in English? Is that the duckweed or the...
I think that's the stuff that you got in that bucket.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Awesome.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, maybe I'll have to move the water hyacinth to the other tank. I was hoping to have a couple flowers in both.
You were talking about it was hot. You were talking about how it was hot there earlier, and it was in the 90s. It's 92 right now still.
Yeah, I don't know what it is now. It's gotten a lot better.
It was 100. It was 106 out here today.
It's 74 now.
Oh, I wish. It was 106 out here.
But we did have a storm too, so that could have helped.
Yeah, it was hot. Too hot.
I don't have any of those Monica Lynn, but I will check it out. Let's see. Let's get back to this. My checklist.
Yep.
Okay, so I've talked about my plants. I got the super cool frog bit, the hyacinth, the capabana, or carba bubba, and the water sprite. Water sprite. Why can't they all be named like that?
Right? It's so simple. Like water lettuce and duckweed.
Yeah.
Since there's 3 different kinds of duckweed, it needs to be duckweed 1, duckweed 2, and duckweed 3.
Yeah. Big or small, medium, and large.
Yeah, yeah.
And then okay, so my water, I was concerned about my water because I thought if it's filled with tap water, which is filled with all of my normal water that my fish are coming, in the tanks.
Yeah.
But over the whole summer, it's going to rain. I mean, it rained today. It rains every day here.
Yeah.
It seems like it rains every day here. And so I was worried about it getting real soft. So I don't know if you were in there. It was, I think it was Nathan Sand Creek Aquatics live stream after.
When you were packing your pantyhose?
Yeah, I was packing my pantyhose.
Yes.
With crushed shells. And they're in the tanks now. And the object of that is that they'll slowly dissolve and put calcium into the water and make it harder.
Yeah. Bring your pH. Yeah.
I don't know if I'll do much fertilizer at all. I think I'll have I've already got leaf litter. I have the fish. Now I've got tadpoles. Hopefully, it'll be a biosystem where I'm not going to have to add fertilizers.
You're going to add in snails?
Oh, I've got snails that just came off the plants. I didn't add.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, because I just like to have those type of snail. They really help keep the ecosystem going in tubs for my, from my experience. I'm not saying I'm the master tub person, but even the little pest snails work great. They might overpopulate, but then I have puffer fish, so I feed snails to that if they overpopulate.
My puffer fish, she's now eating the snails occasionally, but she doesn't crunch them up. She just sucks them in, and then she lets them go right through her system, and they come out a whole shell just empty.
Oh, hey,
it's kind of gross. I don't know. At first, she was letting the snails grow in her tank and eat the stuff, but I think she's realized, hey, they might be a food source. But
hey.
She's a dragon puffer, so I think she has teeth and not a beak. But she might have a beak, it just doesn't have to be worn down. I don't know. She eats, I feed her krill a lot, and she has no problem going through that. Okay, well, you talked about the snails. I'm also going to add shrimp.
Nice.
I've got like a bunch of red cherries. Mm-hmm. They're not high quality, but I'm going to throw them in there just to help out, do whatever they do.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about a pleco to eat algae, like maybe a bristlenose or something. I didn't generally don't do plecos. If James was here, he'd be probably having a heart attack because he's the pleco king and I'm like the non-pleco guy.
Yeah.
I just don't like how they poop.
I just have pleco babies.
Oh, wow. Well, congrats, man.
Yep.
I like plecos. Just they get huge and they poop. And
I like the little bristlenose, because the one that I had the babies on. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do have some of the big common ones and some of the what are they called? The bull plecos or something. The ones that kind of got the little horns, they get big too. Kind of look like they got an armored shield on their back.
Yeah,
not too much markings, but they're pretty cool. And then, but the one that I got breeding is one of those blue-eyed bristlenoses, the blue-eyed lemon bristlenose.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now, you see, I'd like to get a bristle nose, but I want to get a male with a beard.
Yeah, mine. I'm not trying to, but you should go see the video I just posted recently, Ed. And he has a really, really big beard and all that cool stuff. He's a cool looking male.
See, that's so awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool. And you can see all the little babies in the background. It's recently posted.
Whenever you buy them at the pet store or fish store, they're always little and they haven't matured yet. Yep. You know, they haven't hit puberty. And I know with my luck, I'm going to get girl. I'm going to go buy a new one. It's going to be a girl. It's going to be.
You're going to want it to have that beard, and then it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get you.
But I think pleco or all plecos are cool. I really like the bristlenose a lot.
Oh, yeah. Look what Fisher Fever said in the chat. He's talking. Oh, that's it. I'm shutting down the stream.
That's fine. Oh, and hey, Big J, talk up. You said you didn't want to promote your show on your, or dude, totally promote yourself. Well, when do you do your live streams?
Yeah, check it. I have baby bristle noses. Go check out the video. Check out. I got a lot of cool. Since we're talking about tubs too, I do have tub videos. Plenty of those summer tubs. I do have 15 summer tubs. I do a lot of different guppies. I have babies on top of babies, guppies. I have swordtails that I just recently saw 2 babies in my swordtail one. Yeah, no, it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. Check them out.
Now next year, that's what I'm going to do. The third tub is going to be swordtails because I want to grow out big, pretty swordtails all summer long.
I got koi swordtails.
Oh wow!
And the 4 I got were very beautiful, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I got 1 male and 3 females, but it looked like one was maybe possibly a male, so I might have had 2 and 2. But regardless, I saw 2 little tiny babies in there the other day. They're like that big. They're like almost solid black, but you could kind of see the orange on the nose starting to form. You know, so they're already starting to get the koi pattern. I was so excited the other day, almost excited as when I saw my baby plecos. Like I got so many fish right now with this weather being in the hundreds out here in California, and in the fish room, everything's breeding on me. All my cichlids, my guppies are going like crazy. All the live bearers, yeah, it's awesome. The plecos.
Well, now you live stream on Mondays afternoon.
Yes, Monday. Well, yeah, afternoon for most of you guys, but if you're on the California time, it's Monday morning. It's 10:30 my time. That's 10:30 Pacific time, and I think that's 12 o'clock or 1:30 Eastern.
Right now, it's 12.
1:30.
Okay.
I think,
yeah,
right?
I think it's 1:30 probably.
Because you're 3 hours difference than me right now. Yeah, so it'd be 1:30 Eastern time. It's usually following after Fish Room Fever.
And Fish Room Fever, what time's your show? If he's here. He follows Rack, and Rack is in the early morning. Yeah. And if Rack's here, or if anybody knows Rack's time, you know what I could do is I could just look it up myself and not be a lazy butt. But my goal, see, one of my problems is I like watching Danikin Aquatics Sunday night. Yeah. And then I end up joining some fun guys and just talking fish all night.
I do the same thing.
Well, I don't get so I sleep all morning long. Yeah. And I need to change my habits. Oh, okay. Fish Room Fever is at 1:30 Eastern. 12:30 Eastern. Maybe
he was saying that's when I start is 1:30 Eastern, I think. He's 12:30 Eastern.
Okay, and then Rack's probably 11.
And I usually do the about a 2-hour stream, and I hang out and just talk with everyone. I do my water changes in my fish room, and I do allow people to come up and hang out with me as long as it's the normal the guys that has usually been in my live streams and hung out in the chat, and I know you and you're known by other people. I do welcome newcomers, but we gotta get to know you first.
Hey, James, what's shaking?
There he is.
Is you going to say something? He's just waving.
Yeah, my audio is delayed because I'm not listening to the actual StreamYard. I was just going to tell you the stream time.
Oh, cool.
There we go. Now I've got the actual real time versus the delayed chat. But yeah, Eastern time, I go 12:30 to 1:30. Big J goes 1:30 to whenever. But I wanted to say that Sean Peck from Peck Tech is going to be on Monday. On my stream.
Awesome.
So
Nice.
So that was it. I just wanted to run up here and say that real quick, and then we'll give it back to you all and clear up the whole thing. So,
and well, everybody can look and see where James works right now. It looks like an office.
Yeah, that is his soon-to-be former
yes
office.
Soon-to-be former office. Thank goodness.
Yes.
You better take a lot of pictures so you don't forget it.
Oh God, I can't.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he'll never forget that place already.
I've given them almost 7 years of my life.
Yeah, I've worked retail. I know that feeling.
Yep. Nope. I'm ready to be living the dream. But yeah, it's inventory. They moved it forward an hour, so I've got to be ready at 5:30 or 5 o'clock a.m. So 4.5 hours, and then 2 people didn't show up for the 3 to close shift last night. So
well, I hated inventory.
Yep. So somebody asked, why don't you just leave? Because technically my notice ended last Friday, but I just don't have it in me to just walk away and leave my soon-to-be boss hanging. So I'm going to get back to it, but I wanted to clear up the live stream and the times and make the announcement. I almost forgot I was going to announce tonight that Peck Tech will be on Monday on the Fishy Fun Day Monday stream.
That's super awesome. Now, will he be with you, or is he going to be through video?
We're going to do through StreamYard.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it'll be just like this. So he'll be at his house. He'll be wherever he wants to be at, but I'll be at the house.
Oh, it's good to see him branching out.
And you'll be asleep. So,
well, okay. So my goal is to start to go to bed earlier,
right?
And my pool has sun all morning long, but I've got really tall trees, so I want to get tan this year. I'm tired of being so pasty white.
Right.
So I plan on getting up early and going out there and laying in my pool for a couple hours every day and relaxing.
Yeah. And for those of you that had wondered why I was even here initially, it's because I actually run the stream off of my laptop. So I've got my laptop plugged in at work so that Ed's stream could carry on. So that's why I was in here. But I'm going to jump off here. You all are doing an awesome job. So I'll give it back to you. But thank you for the shout out.
Thanks, James. James also has a show on Saturdays at 7:30 Eastern. It's terrible. I'm on it. You'd think I would know it. I believe it's 7:30 to 9.
I'll go to the website.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It's always, it's the first thing that always pops up because I'm always looking at my times because I can never keep track. I'm on with, it says Big J on Mondays is from 1:30 to 3:30 Eastern. And then you can see me with Nathan from Sand Creek Aquatics at 10 o'clock Eastern in the evening.
On Monday.
On Tuesday. Yep, on Monday. On Tuesday, you can see me at 8 o'clock Eastern with Chris from Multi-Tank Addiction. And we follow Storm Riders Aquatics, which is Melvin, and he may have changed it to DNA. I need to find out.
He changed his name to DNA Aquatics.
Yeah, I need to find out if he changed his show's name. But then I get Wednesdays are my day off, which is always nice. Which it's actually one of my favorite days of.
There's a lot going on Wednesdays too.
Yeah, it's like my favorite day. It's got Father Fish, Alien World, Bob's on there, Small Fry, Rob. I mean, it's everybody. And but my two favorites, and I don't mean to put over anybody. Well, I don't. I love Dan's Fish. Dan's Fish might be my favorite show of the week. Dan is an amazing guy from Get Gills. Oh, it's up there. Well, you know what? I can't see that. And then Pam is there at the end. Now it says Blake is late night, but Blake I would actually say is early morning.
It's like
Thursday.
2:30 my time. That's like 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30 in the morning your time.
Yeah. And then you guys know this show, so I won't even say that because you're here. A really good show on Friday nights that I really enjoy is Redfish Bluefish. He really does a lot of neat things. He tries to keep it busy, always changing it up. And I do apologize if I'm missing somebody here.
And then you can see me on Fridays on Anthony's Fishy Friends.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I co-host with Anthony Fishy Friends on the late night on Thursday or on Friday, sorry.
Oh, shoot, that's right after Redfish Bluefish.
Yeah, yes.
Have you guys been doing that long?
Tomorrow will be like the third or fourth week.
Holy cow. I don't know. I must
Yeah,
I must call it.
and he's also been doing you were on it the week before last on the after show on the drinking game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what follows that. Usually he'll do an hour or about 30 minutes or so of a topic that's me and him, and then he opens it up, and then he's been doing that game.
I was so paranoid for that game.
Yeah, that was so funny. I ended up going to bed, but in the next morning, I went to work because I had paused it and to watch later because I was dying laughing where I was, but it was so late. I was tired. I was beat, long day at work. And then that stream I was on. Yeah. So I was tired. And then, so yeah, I picked it up and watched it. And oh man, I kept laughing and dying afterwards. You guys were hilarious. See, I don't drink no more. I quit drinking about 15 years ago because I was a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. So, and so I don't do none of that stuff no more. And but I can sure enjoy watching you guys.
Well, I don't hardly ever drink.
I know, and it was great watching you take your shot, lick your salt, take your shot, do your lime or whatever. That was great.
But I got it down where I had a shot of lime and then a shot of that terrible vodka that I bought. I was going to buy the Grey Goose. I don't know what good vodka is. I took the Grey Goose off the shelf. I took it to the front, and the guy said, "You know what's really smooth?" And I was like, "What? Tell me." And he said, "Pure vodka." Oh my gosh. And so I bought that. There was a mistake to listen to a kid that works at a liquor store who's probably just drinking all of his profits. But, oh well.
Yeah.
And then I bought the sweet lime, and I was taking a whole shot of that, and that was horrible.
Oh, yeah. I bet you that alone was making you that was just thinking about.
Yeah, that was god-awful. So what I started to do was I had the Aquarium Co-op shot glass where it has all the measurements, and I went to the 30 millimeters. That was like the top bar for food or whatever you'd pour in your tank. Yeah. So I filled it right to the vodka level to that. And then I'd fill the top with the, just a layer of the lime, and then I shot it. And that wasn't too bad. I was coughing less too, because it was like,
well, you found that
the sweet spot.
The sweet spot, and probably you already had a couple in you, so it probably was getting a little easier, anyways.
Yeah, my one regret, I haven't rewatched it. I need to, but Thirsty Rabbit said that he couldn't see me pouring the shot, so he didn't know if I was really doing it. And I was like, well, I don't know. I guess I could have done this.
Yeah,
or you could. But I was doing it. I swear. but I was so afraid that I was going to get slobbered knockered right off the bat.
Kind of like Anthony, how he was kind of falling on himself there for a little bit.
Oh, I thought he was doing great.
Well, he was there for a second. It looked like he was going to fall over when he was sitting. I don't know, but then he readjusted. He was good.
Well, I was afraid of puking on live, so I was going to slam it down, and I had a barf bucket next to me. But I didn't want to get way over, juiced right away. So I ate all these stupid donuts, cake donuts, and I wanted cinnamon crumble donuts.
Yeah.
And all they had were peach crumble donuts. And it's probably because I'm so close to Georgia, they like peach a lot more here. So I was popping those peach things. And I think it absorbed a lot. I really do.
Oh, I bet you it did.
I only have one kidney because I gave a kidney to my brother, and I think it stays in your system a little longer too, because I noticed that I'd get hammered a lot quicker after the surgery than before when I would drink. So I was a little paranoid because, I can start getting buzzed off of like 2 drafts. I can start to feel it. Now I've become a cheap date. But, I was proud of myself, except it was like the first trivia competition I ever did that I didn't get a single one right.
I think it was a good stream. I think it was fun. It was a great stream. It was hilarious.
Oh, there's my brother Tim.
Oh,
I don't know if I've even drank with my brother Tim.
Hi Tim, how's it going?
Tim doesn't drink at all anymore. He was the guy who I donated the kidney to, and he takes super care of the kidney every year. It like gets stronger. It's crazy.
Nice.
And
well, yeah, super grateful for the kidney, so he's taking care of it.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
Yep.
And like, what people don't realize this with the anti-rejection pills, he can't even have like grapefruit anymore.
Oh wow!
It like turns into arsenic or something bad, some type of poison.
Poison the kidney. Oh, that's crazy.
But yep. Oh, Mrs. Griff is here, or Lady Griff.
Hi,
MGRB, Fishy Fun.
Fish Fun 57.
Big Tank Hank. Everybody go check out Big Tank Hank and his bettas. They are beautiful.
Hey, I got a new pineapple from this. Thank you guys.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting up there, getting close.
Awesome. What is your sub count?
I'm gonna go look right now.
Cool. Well, Big Tank Hank is making me want to do a beta wall. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. I love beta.
I have I have one beta. So I'm at 784. Nice.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
I think I'm like at 450 or something like that.
You are currently at 459.
Oh wow. Well, yeah. I've got a lot of videos to start pumping out. My goal was to start putting my videos out once I get into my fish room, and it's just been thing after thing slowing me down. It's just been so hopefully when I get it all together, it'll be awesome. My brother-in-law, he came and installed, put all the piping around my room, and I did a videotape of it, but I'm not going to show you guys until I splice it all together. He put it all around, but now I got to take it all down so I can paint it. And he put it up on Tuesday, and Wednesday he said, or no, he put it up on Monday, and he put it in. He called me on Tuesday, like right before Multi-Tank Addiction, said, "So have you painted it all? Because I'm ready to come over and do the rest of the work." And I'm like, oh. I was like, there's no way I can start painting it now. I've got to go live here in about an hour. So, oh well. It'll be painted and ready. He's coming over on Sunday, and he's going to put up all my airlines.
Finally, some cool air is blowing in.
Yeah, I just got a breeze, too. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I just got – oh, there's another one. I'm in here sweating like no joke. Every time you guys see me go like this, I'm sweating. It's like I said, it's 90 – well, now it's 89 degrees.
Oh. Well, the breeze started kicking in, and the frogs stopped croaking.
Yep. Oh, there goes some more. There we go. We're getting something coming in. I'm gonna stand. If you see me standing here like this, it's because yeah.
Holy cow! Griffin said that I'm up to 461. That's awesome, man.
Oh, really? It jumped up?
Crazy. And Green Terror Keeper is here, and Holly Gibbs. Thank you guys for showing up.
Oh yeah, you are.
Fish Whisperer is here.
Nice,
Mr. Miles. And if I miss you guys, I apologize. I've been having a really good time talking.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's. I'm just going to go over a few more things about the fish thing or the tubs, and then I do also. Let's see. Well, I guess we got still plenty of time to talk. But I talked about the water or the solar fountain.
Yeah.
And I also have an air pump with 2 no-clog air stones. I'm not going to put sponge filters in. I just don't want to deal with it. Maybe if I had giant ones, but I just have medium-sized ones for 20-gallon longs. So maybe if I'm out in Atlanta with the guys next week, if it works out, maybe I'll try to buy some giant ones if I see them. But otherwise, I'm just not going to worry about it. Do you worry about filtration?
I don't have no filtration in none of my tubs. The only thing I have is, of course, my koi pond. But in any of all my tubs are all natural little environments, and I have multiple plants, different kinds in each ones. Like I have one of them has. I'll start with this one. One of them just has a whole bunch of different water just water lettuce, but it has like about 15 different little water lettuces floating around in it. Another one has just the whole thing full of water hyacinth. Another one has water lettuce, duckweed, and that other stuff I showed you, that small little Sylvania or whatever it's called. Then the one next to that one has duckweed, water lettuce, and then it's a type of rooted plant, but it's also that you could like float. It's kind of looks like guppy grass, but it kind of turns red as well. And then I think I have that seaweed moss. It's like that freshwater seaweed, but it's a type of moss. I forget the name of it. And then I do have, if you look at my videos, I have a cool little video that I posted. I think it's like 2 or 3, maybe 4 videos ago, minus the live streams. I did the dwarf grass.
Yeah.
I took a pile of it and I just floated it in one of my summer tubs, and it's growing, and it's starting to actually grow up. So I got a little island of floating grass forming in one of my tubs. And then that one also has more water lettuce and duckweed. Every one of my tubs have water lettuce and duckweed in it, and more water lettuce in some than less, and duckweed. And then I got more of that Sylvania, and then I even got a couple floating crypts, just long, big crypts that I had extra. I threw in one of them, and they're growing in there too. They're just floating, growing, throwing roots. I got a lot of rooted plants that I've just thrown. I do have water sprite that's just thrown in there. Yeah, but they're all natural. A lot of different. I got a big mound of Christmas moss in one of them. I do have some. What are those called? The pogos. The plant that's for inside, but in the house, but people put them in the hang on the back filters, and they grow them up their wall.
Yeah.
Pothos. I have a pothos growing in one of them.
That's a great idea. I didn't even think about that.
And I got it in one of them, but I'm going to try to grow it and have it grow through multiple, over top of multiples of them.
I need to find a hotel so I can get some pothos.
And then, that's basically it right now. And that's what I use for my filtration. It's all natural, and because of me living where I'm at, I'm constantly adding water to it, so it's getting a good. And that's it so far. And I got breeding going on. I got lots of guppies. Like I said earlier, I got a whole bunch of different guppies breeding already, and a lot of pregnant females that are about to pop inside the tubs. And
that's awesome. Well, going back to the dwarf sage, the dwarf hair grass or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Is it dwarf sage?
It's just dwarf hair grass.
Sagittarius, something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well, I bought 2 bricks of that at my local store, and it was doing great because I was just leaving it in a tank. And I got 2 tanks ready in the fish room, and I planted it, and it died instantly as soon as I planted it. And I don't know if I pull it up and let it float again, if it'll come back to life.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I don't know.
I bought that same time I bought the floating, or because they were both at work when they came in shipped to us. They didn't have the little bundle on the bottom, so they were kind of just loose. So they were floating in their little bunches at work, and that's when I kind of got the idea of, well, they're sitting there floating and they're all staying together. Won't it root and just kind of regrow as grass? And I was like, I'm going to try it, and I took 2 bunches home. One's floating, and then one I split up into three different tanks, and all of them are doing great.
Yeah, these were literally bricks.
Yeah.
Like, and they were $18 each. And I was like, oh, man, that's so cool. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's more than I've ever spent on a plant, but it was just like a whole block, and I just figured it just spread out like carpet.
Yeah, no, that sounds really cool. If it would have came in like that too, I would have probably got it too.
Yeah, I killed it.
That sucks that it just died off like that.
Priscilla says it's dwarf Sagittaria.
Is that what that dwarf grass is called?
Sagittaria. Sagittarius. I keep saying the same word like it's going to get better. Terrible.
Lowe's has 12 hill employees for. Oh yeah. Yep.
Well, how big of a tank do you keep your swordtails in? Or I mean, tub.
It's like I think it's 37 gallons.
They've got these giant pots. They're probably like, I don't know how you'd measure that. 2 foot diameter.
Yeah.
But it's like all the way around.
Yeah.
They're like this big at the Lowe's near Bob Kaler's house. And these are the prettiest pots in the world. I mean, they're gigantic. They're like $50, but they're so pretty.
Yeah.
I really thought it would be cool to buy 1 or 2 of those. Yeah. Well, I could put
that sounds cool. I want to do that. They have one of those big fountain places, where they have all those water features here, and it's right down the street from my work. I want to go because they have stuff like what you're talking about. They're like the real nice decorative pots, and they're huge, like what you're saying. And I want to do one of those, like when you walked up to my front porch, because how I have all the fish tanks on my front porch, and the pond might as well have something right out the front door too.
I got some really neat blue platies I could put in one, and I could get some neat swordtails for the other.
That would be cool, yeah.
I probably should I've got pond guppies, and these pond guppies, they look amazing from straight down because they've got like a glow-in-the-dark blue metallic on their backs.
Yeah. Was that you, Priscilla? Send you a picture and you'll tell me if it's the dwarf Sagittarius or whatever? Were you talking to me?
I don't know. It's all dead now. You're not going to see
it says up there, it says from Priscilla, says, send me a picture and I will tell you.
I've sent other photos to Priscilla and she's identified them for me. She's pretty
Me
cool.
too. She helps me out with my coral whenever I get a new coral, because we get corals and the way the boss man buys them, he buys them in he'll just buy like a 12 pack or a 24 pack of assorteds. So they'll come in and he's like, I don't know what they are, and I send a picture I'll bring it home because I like it regardless. And I send a picture to her and she's like, oh, that's a blah, 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 blah.
So now when they come assorted, is it all the same price or do you have to figure out the price of each one also?
Wait, say that again.
Like when you buy like a package of 12, are they like, is it just one price for all of them?
Yeah, because we have 3 different frag tanks at work. We have the $16.99, we have the $26.99, and everything else, all the expensive stuff. So yeah, when we get the order in, he'll say we're getting a 24 pack of frags and they're all going in the $26.99, or we're getting a 12 pack, they're going in the 20, or he's like, or there'll be a bunch of big ones and they go, where they go is what he'll say.
See, it'd be tough if it was like baseball cards and you're like, oh, this is I don't know any baseball players off the top of my head.
I don't either.
This is a Mickey Mantle. It's worth $50. This is a Frank White. It's worth 5 cents. So and for all you guys all know who Mickey Mantle is, I'm sure, but Frank White was my favorite baseball player. He was a second baseman for the Kansas City Royals long time ago. But just that'd be bizarre or hard if it was all different prices.
Priscilla's funny.
But yeah, man, I'm going to have to really look at that and think about that. Because I could put those little air pumps that Corey sells, the little bitty ones, the USB ones.
Yeah.
And put them on each side of the front door. Be really cool. I don't think, it'd be dragonflies would be the only problem. But if I put water hyacinth, like 1 or 2 hyacinth in there, and it'd be real pretty if it would bloom.
Oh, yeah, that'd look nice. I think water hyacinth's very, especially if you get it to bloom, because it gets that nice white or purple. I have both. That blooms white and purple. Well, I did last year. I don't know what, because I've actually been we've been having a lot of requests for water hyacinth at work. So I've been thinning out my supply. And yeah, I do that with my water hyacinth and my water lettuce.
My water hyacinth's growing this, bigger, but it's not getting flowers.
Mine's going this way. They're getting tall.
You see, I looked at Bob's and his is going tall.
Yeah.
Or he's got the flowers. So, but I think Bob and I bought them at the same time. So
might just be the different in the climate, the sun.
It must be the sun or something.
It must be the way his sun's hitting his and yours. Yeah. Because I've noticed that with my water lettuce. Different parts of my yard and house, my water lettuce grows different. Out back on the side yard, I get big, beautiful water lettuce, big, the big ones. But in my pond out front with my big catfish, it stays small, like almost looks like really large duckweed. But it's water lettuce. If I take one of those little ones out and I tested this last year, I took just one little tiny piece of that water lettuce that's been in the in that pond for a long time, and it never got no bigger, and then put it out back in a container, and it got to the big, nice, beautiful ones. It was the weirdest thing. It was cool. But yeah, I think it's just because that doesn't get direct sunlight. It gets the warmth and the climate, but it doesn't get direct sunlight.
See, Bob's is in the woods, kind of like where he lives. So maybe it gets like spots of light throughout the day. And mine is just solid light in the morning and then shade the rest of the day. Hey, Meg guy showed up. Well, he's maybe been here the whole time, but I just know.
I think it's tomorrow. I think it's following the stream. So I mean, technically it would be Saturday morning, but Friday night, I think. So she said, Ed, it's Sagittarius Tato.
Sagittarius.
I sent her a picture. She looked at it. She hasn't responded to me, but she said that.
Okay. See, I don't know what I was saying earlier. I'd have to replay it because I'm not good enough to remember what I said. I pronounce things terrible. I can't help it.
It's hot. I got another new coral. It's still floating right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's
I'm gonna
teal and pink.
Ooh, that'll be nice.
And once again, I don't know the name of it, so I'll probably be sending a picture of it to Priscilla so she can tell me the name. I got told the name of it. He said he thinks he knows what it is.
That I'm going to be doing my first
type of Monticora.
Man, Priscilla sent me some really neat looking corals that I want, and then she said they were like $5 million each.
Oh yeah, she does that. Big J, yours is it's hair grass. Yeah. That's what I have. I have an island of that floating in one of my tubs growing. I'm going to try to do a floating island of hair grass.
Hey, Detroit fish or shrimp And Aquatics is up or in.
Hey, how's it
Good to have
going,
you.
Troy
He's
Shrimp
awesome.
and Aquatics? How's it going?
He's a super cool guy. Eventually, I've got to order some of his shrimp because
He's
has
got
got
some nice.
beautiful shrimp.
Yes. Priscilla got some nice ones. Those white ones she got from him, those were beautiful.
When I lived in Missouri, I didn't do any tubs. I actually dug my own ponds. But here in Tennessee is the first time I've actually done tubbing. And I went to not office supply store. That'd be retarded. And I apologize. I didn't mean to say the R word. I was told not to say that anymore. Tractor supply store. And they've got a whole mess of them. And I've heard people, they go there, and sometimes if you find a cracked one, you can talk them down. I don't do that. I just buy what they got. If they got it on sale, it's even better. But I don't want to bargain with them. It's just easier. But I think it was $75 for the 110-gallon tanks. So, and they're like horse troughs for a horse to drink out of or eat. But yeah, they work great. You know what? It's almost at the top of the hour. And one thing that James and I used to always do on the nocturnal feeding is we used to say or let everybody know different events that were going on throughout the country. And over the last several months, we haven't been able to do that because, well, you know why. But things are starting to come back to life again. And I just like to go over a few events. And if anybody else has an event, I will write it down and I will shout it out until the event happens. And if it's really cool and I can't go to it, maybe we'll have you on the stream and you can tell us about it. But well, here's one that's not even completely scheduled yet, but it's just going to be a fun trip. James, Dragon Lair, Mr. Fish Sir, Kaler's Aquatics, and Thomas so far. So the 6 of us are all going to meet up in Atlanta, and we're going to do some fish store hopping. And we're going to probably do that next week. So it's not really an event, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're in the Atlanta area and you want to come and join us, it's going to be fun. And we'll let you know what store we're going to start at. And maybe we'll go somewhere to eat. I was hoping we'd go to a barbecue place, but they're talking a fast food place or something. So I don't care as long as we can sit and have fun. So that's hopefully next week, maybe the week after. But then, let's see. I didn't write these in order, which wasn't very smart. Oh, I know that LRB is going to be doing a talk in Venice, Florida, at Father Fish's Fish Club. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do it this June or if it's going to be in the July meeting. It was supposed to be in May, but they canceled it. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think I'm going to try to head down for that if I can. We'll see what date it hits and stuff. I've got some relatives coming in the later part of June, so I won't be able to head out then. But it'll still be cool. And I will get the date as soon as Father Fish announces when it'll be. I'll let everybody know when LRB is going to do that talking engagement. And if anybody else knows about any other, Bob says Ed won't be next week, maybe end of the month. Oh, nuts. Well, that's a bummer. The end of the month is when my relatives are coming in, but maybe they'll be gone by then. So it's all good. We'll figure it out. So it looks like Aquashella Chicago. Right now, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be going to Aquashella Chicago, mainly because Aquashella Detroit's been moved to October, and Aquashella is August 8th and 9th, and it's just a little too close to spend that much money for me. If they were 6 months apart, it'd be a lot easier on my wallet. But I don't know if James is going to be there. I know for people that do show up to the Chicago one that Candy Overhauls is going to be there, and it'd be awesome to meet Candy. But if you don't see Candy in September, in August. You can see her in September. I think it's September 11th and 13th at the Pam Campout. And I'm going to do my best to try to get there. I'm planning on going to that. It's I should have brought this up. Billings, Montana, I believe, or Billings, Wyoming. It's a Yellowstone kind of meetup. We're going to camp and just have a good time for the weekend. I think Bob's going to try to be there. Ginger Graves is going to do her best to get there. We're hoping Priscilla can make it because it's only a few hours north of her. Dan's Fish will more than likely be able to check out his store and stuff, and that would be awesome to meet Dan and see his fish business, and it'd be awesome to listen to Pam's camp stories. That'd be awesome. And at the exact same date as Pam's is the Keystone Clash. Keystone Clash is a big cichlid convention, and it is, boy, I really should. Normally I write a lot more notes on this stuff. I believe it's in Pennsylvania. It might be in Ohio. No, I believe it's in Pennsylvania. Scott and Liz, the King of Queen of Cichlids, that's Scott's big show for his club. And they have, I think they say, the biggest fish show, literally, where competition in the country during that. There'll be trades, auctions, and speakers. So there's that. So if you're thinking about that and you're on the East Coast, it's called the Keystone Clash. And you can just look up the rest of the stats. September 11th through the 13th. And then, I was going to ask James. I don't want to give out. James, are you still there? I don't know if he's there or not. But he is planning an event with an individual in Knoxville. I believe it's October 3rd and 5th. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be the first time. Oh, he says he's there. James, can you come up for just a second and tell us the information that you can tell us about the Knoxville convention or meetup or show or whatever it's called? Or if you guys have made it. Sharpies, Models and Aquatics is here.
Hey, Sharpies, how's it going?
I would try to do a British accent, but it would probably come out Irish.
It'd come out something like Australian or something if I tried. It'd come out something weird.
I practice my Australian all the time, but the more I talk Australian, it starts turning Irish. Everything turns Irish with me.
I'll just stay with my normal accent, my California accent.
Now you sound totally normal to me. Do I have an accent?
You sound normal to me too. You don't have an accent.
See, I was brought up in the Midwest, so.
But you sound normal still. Yeah. So, but yeah.
I think maybe all of us Midwest to the West pretty much sound the same.
I guess so.
Unless maybe you're a stoner or something. But well, as we're waiting for James, we'll go to Aquashella Dallas. Is October 30th through November 1st. And I will be there. Oh, we'll talk about Aquashella in just a minute since we got James.
Yeah, so the event is going to be the weekend of October 3rd and 4th. I can't release a ton of details just yet. I'm supposed to be meeting with legal team, if you will, this upcoming week. It's been busy with work this week. But we've got some really awesome people that are planning to go. I won't say guaranteed to be there because, life happens. But John and Lisa from KG Tropicals, as I mentioned, they're coming in. Bob Steenfott, of course, a lot of the Tennessee people, and a whole bunch of other people are supposed to be down here in Knoxville, Tennessee, the 3rd and the 4th. And I am working on releasing a little bit more in terms of details every Saturday on the Saturday Night Fever stream, with hopefully a full rollout the first week of July. So
awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Absolutely.
totally understand you're super busy doing your thing, but thanks for popping in and sharing that with us.
Absolutely. I'm going to get back to it. Thank you, Ed.
Yep. And then the next thing is Aquashella Dallas. James didn't know that I was going back to our fish things to do. But this has always been kind of my thing on the show. But it's just awesome to be able to say that we're starting to do things again. And I hope that the world works out where we can do it. You know, I hope things don't slip back when fall hits. But Aquashella Dallas, October 30th and the 1st, over Halloween. I can't believe it, but I'm actually doing the commitment. I'm going, not just because I've already spent the $75 on the tickets, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I know that, of course, James and I are going to go. My buddy Chris from Multi-Tank Addiction is going to be there. I know Zen Ginger and Mr. Zen will be there. I'm pretty sure that Amber and Joseph, Big City Beta, and not HC Aquatics. JH Aquatics. I always get the two Islander shows mixed up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jesse. I just do. If he's still there. Even though now I guess he's in Vancouver or Vermont.
Yeah. There's no more on the island.
Yep. But
Phyllis says Dallas is going to be epic.
I can guarantee you I will be going in costume, at least on Halloween. And you guys, I always make my own costumes. I've been doing it for years. If my brother's here, he can testify. I've won maybe not dozens, but lots and lots of Halloween costume competitions over the years because I really get into it. You guys saw me as Murphy last year. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be hopefully retardedly.
See.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say the R word. Gosh, I apologize, people. I'll just be stupidly cool, hopefully.
I always get big into Halloween too, but it's more of the evil factor.
Oh man, I love doing the stupid costumes, and I wish I could lose 50 pounds so I could fit in more costumes. I literally bought like the exact jacket that Mad Max wore, you know, and then but it's a brand new one. But I was gonna chop it up and sandblast it, put the football pad on it, but then I had my accident and I ballooned up so much I can't even put my jacket on. So I would love to be able to lose enough weight to wear my biker jacket and be Mad Max someday.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah. Sharpie got banned from Halloween costumes. Well, who would ever do that?
Oh.
Maybe we don't want to know what he does.
But if you got banned from it, I'm not too sure I want to know.
Yeah, I know.
Especially coming from Sharpies. No.
Yeah. I used to go with a bunch of friends that we all would dress up. And there was one, they're all like short people. Or somehow all my friends were like 5'5" or less. And then I'm 6'2", and I'm like so much bigger than them. Well, we all went as the Star Wars characters from the brand new Star Wars that came out like 12 years ago. It was the first one with little Anakin Skywalker. Needed the pod racing. Well, I dressed up like Anakin because I thought it'd be hilarious if I was the big giant kid. Oh my gosh. There were so many kids because we used to go down to like a couple strips in St. Louis, and there's a little kid that was so excited to see me. It was like I was Mickey Mouse or something. Oh well, crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Aquashella for sure, and I will bring at least one costume. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe doing Murphy costume also. So the problem is that thing. It's like a swimmer's cap, and it makes my head so hot. And they said in the crowds it's really hot. So it's like my brain is in a sauna. So I don't know if I'll be doing that.
Yeah, that don't sound too fun.
Yeah. But That's what I've got. Now, is there going to be an event, or maybe they already canceled it, but it was supposed to be out there by you in Sacramento?
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing about it yet. But I also haven't really looked into it. I don't know if they rescheduled that one or if it's still going to happen. Or I guess I could talk to Danikin and he would know.
Yeah,
He was the one, talking with me about it.
Danikin's probably already in bed, and Chris, I'm sure, is probably already in bed too.
Yeah, see, those are the two that would know.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into it.
But if anybody else knows of any, and you guys in Europe, I'm more than happy to shout out anything that you might be doing over in England. Where's Mickey from? Let's see. Am I saying that?
Apparently, you ain't meant to scare. Hey, that's not true. I do it all the time, Sharpies. Every Halloween, I'm a big dude, and I do like big scary. I always do a clown of some sort. Like one year, I did Captain Spaulding. It was great. It was great. Scared so, and at the time I was driving a big old white Ford pickup truck, and I was driving around town all painted up like that. Oh, it was great. You should have seen people's faces. And then last year, I have that closed in front porch, and I put a strobe light and a blue light on my front porch, and I went up and I did like kind of like an evil clown, and I was wearing like a white shirt that was glowing with the white face paint and all the, and I was just kind of standing there just looking kind of like this, rocking back and forth through my screen with the strobe light and a black light going, and like kids did not want to walk to my house. But I had my girlfriend dressed up as a panda. She was a dead panda sitting there handing out candy, just sitting there. And I was just sitting there, was not saying that, and just like just looking, and people were like, no, I'm not, little kids were like, no.
Yeah, I've done a lot of scary stuff too. Like I've done the clown thing a few times. I used to dress up at the factory.
I love. Well, see, I'm a big clown. I have clowns tattooed. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, there's a clown right there. There's actually a couple of them. See that scary one coming up out of there? There's another one coming up underneath his cloak. Yeah, I love clowns. I got clowns tattooed on me. I always, every Halloween, I try to do a clown. Even the year when clowns were getting, beat up and shot and everything for being creepy clowns, I got told not to dress up as a clown. I still did.
That was the year that I did a clown.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. Well, you see, our costumes had to be friendly to the factory. So I normally had to wear something that required a suit, like a jumpsuit or something. So
Yeah.
clowns were perfect. I'm trying to find it on Facebook. I was a clown one year. It's on my Facebook photos.
Yeah, I got them on my Facebook's photos too. All the different clowns.
Yeah, so totally looking forward to the Aquashella. I will definitely do something related to fish, or the hobby somehow. And I'll say that. I'm pretty sure James is too. I don't know if James is real big into fish or not, but we'll see. And I think Haley's going to be there. I think Haley said she was going to bring the bear and her daughter. So that's cool. So it'll be fun to go to Aquashella. Hopefully Big Tank Hank will be there since he lives so close.
Yeah, isn't he from Texas?
Yep. So the one thing is don't buy your tickets there. Last year in Texas, I don't know if they turned away 1,200 people. That might just be some bizarre number that James he tells his costume. I never let anybody know my costume until I come out the door.
He wants a Pleco costume.
My original idea, and I'll say it now because I'm not going to do it. I tried to get James. I was going to make two costumes. I was going to make sea monkey costumes. Like the old sea monkey package, how they had that that weird looking head that they had. And
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I thought that'd be hilarious if James and I went as sea monkeys.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, well. It's all right. I'll figure something else out. But yeah, good times. Gosh, oh, and maybe Meg Guy will be there. It'd be awesome to see Derek. I'm trying to get down. Oh, that's awesome. Big Tank Hank.
He's telling you because he can't find one.
Okay. Well, that's because I make my own costumes.
Yeah.
I
James has a zebra pleco.
Yeah, it might be hard. I don't know. I've got an idea how I'd do it, but I thought he'd look cool as a snowball pleco too.
Snowball pleco? I could see either one, yeah. Well, no, yeah, I guess he would have to do a bristle nose, and he can make his beard into like little spikes, and even go part of the costume and be a bristle nose.
Yeah,
you know, because he has the whiskers already. Not quite like this one, but you know, it's almost there. It's kind of hard. You can't see it in the light or in the non-light.
Mrs. Griffin is just pulling our leg. She doesn't know what she's going to do for Halloween. She's going to be a ghost.
She already is one.
Yeah, so
as well. It just
she just floats by. Doesn't look like her leg moves. Just
all you see is like a.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's all like.
And everybody, check out Griffin's Fish. Is it Griffin's Fish Room?
I
think it's Griffin's Fish Room.
I think it's Griffin's Fish Room. Yeah. Well, yeah, because it says Mrs. Griffin's Fish Room, so yeah.
Yeah, it would make sense for it to just be Griffin's Fish Room.
Gina says, "Awesome idea, Big J." Yeah, James is a bristle. Yeah. See, that's what you got to do, Fish Room Fever.
James, that may have to be your name on the bowling shirt. It's Bristle Nose.
Since he has the whiskers.
Yeah, it works.
Just saying.
No, I could be Runny Eye or Rummy Eye because I got the red.
Yeah.
I still think I'm going to probably go with Feeding Fury. Or
I still like my idea. Like if we had it out here, the goonch.
The goonch. That is a good name and such an ugly fish.
The catfish. Oh, I know, but I love it. That's one of my goldfish. I want a big old goonch catfish with those big old teeth and those big old whiskers on it.
That'd be super cool. Well, we're down to 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Does anybody have any questions? I totally forgot about our subject was tubbing. I mean, I love talking Halloween. It's so much fun. Oh, I also got some other things in the mail other than the frog bit that I got from Monica Lynn, which is awesome, super cool. I also got this stuff because I got
some dewormer.
I got planaria in my LRB tank. And it is crazy. That stuff, it's like a firework. You must have one, then it goes, and they're everywhere. So
those are those little tentacle ones, huh? That look like almost like the little.
That's a hydra. That's the hydra.
That's right. Wrong one. My bad.
These ones are. They look just almost like a slug.
Okay.
White slug.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I just flip-flopped them.
And there's black and brown ones also, but you don't have to worry about the black and brown ones. It's the white ones that kill everything.
Yeah.
The black and brown ones are kind of like snails. They just eat the crud, and the fish will actually eat on them. At least from what I understand that I've read. But Pam has a great video on because you're supposed to take one pill, like a 1 gram pill, and break it into 1/10 for a 10-gallon tank.
Yeah.
And all I could get was this the powder. So what she does is she drops the whole thing in, and then she divides the water up by 1/10 of the water. She dissolves it in the water and pours it. Brilliant. So I just did the same thing with the powder, and man, it wipes them out. It destroys them.
I like what HC Alka said. It has 2 little eyes. Looks like a little Pokemon.
My eyes aren't that good enough. I can't even see. I can see these little. When I first saw them, I was like, "Oh, sweet! Look at all those shrimplets." And then I was like, "I got to get my glasses." I could see they were just little white worms, and I was not happy about that at all. This, I bought 2 books from Brian Chin. He has got probably the best guppy books on the market. They're expensive. This book cost me $54 on Amazon, but the whole thing is color pictures of exactly what he's talking about.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool book.
And I mean, I thought it would look more like a textbook for how much it was, but you know what? It's worth every penny. And I plan on reading this book as many times as I possibly can. I want to be able for somebody to give me a test, and I want to pass with 100%. Because if I can learn this, then I'm putting knowledge in my head that I can actually know on guppies and be able to share with you guys and just for myself. So I ordered this one. It's the Breeding Show Guppies. And I ordered another one. It is $45 off Amazon. It hasn't shown up yet. Should be here tomorrow. And it is the Guppies Genetics. And it shows you what all the different mixes are. So, like, I don't know if Chewy's in here tonight, but it shows all the different mixes and how to get them there and how long it takes and all the information on creating lines. So, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, Jesse probably could have wrote the book and it would have been awesome, but Jesse, so much. And and then I bought something goofy. Oh, I bought a light for my fish room, but it just creates lights on the ceiling.
Oh, that's cool.
And
is it like the moonlighting type thing?
Well, it's like almost like ocean waves. Unfortunately, I've got every light on in the room. I could quickly turn them off if you guys want to see it, but I bought 2 of these, one for each side of the room, because I wanted to get a good spread, and just so I can just relax, have the fish tank lights on, no other lights, and then this going on. Oh man! But it's got different colors. Let me see if I can change the different colors for you. There's the green. There's a red.
Oh, that's cool.
Red is terrible though. It doesn't come out very good. But then this one's green and blue. Oh no, that's green and red. This is the green and blue. I absolutely love this one. This is the best. It really looks like you're underwater, just looking at the water rippling, or maybe above the water looking at the ocean.
That's cool.
Yeah, this was $25 on Amazon. I was looking for one of those galaxy ones because I like looking at all the stars and stuff, but
yeah,
fell in love with the waves. And the price was right. And you can hook your phone up to it and play music through it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so just a goofy little thing that I got. But that's all my deliveries for this week.
Priscilla says, point it behind you.
Okay, you know, if I just turn this, my studio light is so bright. Okay, guys.
So yeah, now you can see it. Oh yeah, that looks cool.
Let's see if I can do the other colors. That's the green. Well, of course, I don't have to tell you what the colors are. This is the one that I love. So, I mean, that's just be my zen, my relaxation place. Right now, it's got some type of weird birds or something making noise. But yeah, it's just pretty cool. And then it can go real fast and make you have a stroke. Let's see. Or a seizure. Of course, I can't get it there. Oh, well. I'll turn the lights back on.
Oh, it looks good. You can tell what it looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
GRB says flashing back to the 80s.
Oh, tonight I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts. It's the Kraken kitten. It's like a Kraken kitten.
Yep. That's funny.
Because I'm dorky that way. If it's got a cat destroying things, I'm going to get it. Okay. Yeah, they have Galaxy ones that do they actually have the actual stars and the planets and stuff. They're really cool. They even have you'll see comets soar by. Super cool.
Nice. Griffin, I know you're listening. Why you asked me that question?
Oh gosh, I can't hear anything.
Oh, did you lose audio? Did you lose audio?
I'm back. I think I pulled the thing out a little. Oh man. Well, time flew today. We've got 3 minutes.
Yep.
Thank you to all of my awesome mods. I don't want to go to YouTube and find out who you guys are, but I really appreciate it. I know that Derek Meg Guy 44 Meg Guy's one. He does a lot of live streams. Go check him out. Monica Lynn, go check her out. She's got some just incredible, beautiful tanks, and you can see where that frog bit lives.
Right.
Where it was born.
Where it can't, yeah.
I think Griffin Fish Room is one of my guys. If he's not, he's one of my friends. So go check out him. He live streams an awful lot.
Oh yeah, Griffin has some cool streams. I'm usually up on there too.
Bob Kaler, I know, is one of my guys. And there he is. I'm kind of strolling through. Bob Kaler's streams are awesome. He does them from everywhere. You never know what he's going to do, where he's going to be at. And he has nobody has better tanks. There might be guys like LRB that have more tanks, but Bob's range from every type of tank. And it's like going to an aquarium when you watch his streams. And he's
do you want me to run through your mod list real quick?
Okay, well, I'm what I'm doing is I'm scrolling up trying to remember who I've got. I know Zen Ginger's one of them.
The Zen Ginger, Lefty 3213A, Codyson 44 Maga, Fish and More, Kaler's Aquatics, Monica Lynn, exclude myself, Danikin Aquatics, Griffin Fish Room, and then you've got Candy Overholes in the River Life on your moderator team.
Awesome. Well, I was going to say something about each one of your guys' shows, but check out Danikin. He's on Sunday nights. He's got a fish house.
Yeah, fish house.
And a super sweet wife that is his co-host. She's the Dan in the Danikin, and Kenny is the Ken in the Danikin. And if you want to buy an Aerostream, ask him about it and go through him. He'll sell you and make a great deal with you. And Zen Ginger, she has some awesome videos. She never talks, so I'm watching all her videos, waiting for the one that she either appears or talks in. It'll be super exciting. But she types some really good information, which is awesome. And Tiffany White's not one of my mods, but she's a friend of mine that lives close. I'm scrolling up, and I found out that she sells guppies. So I'm going to have to check out her website on Get Gills and order some guppies from her. But, yep, I hope I said something nice about all my mods because I like them all. I didn't pick anybody I didn't like. And not that I only pick people I like, but there's a lot of people that I like too.
Dig that hole, Ed. Dig that hole.
Yeah, that's what I do. But yeah, thanks guys for showing up. Thank you, James, for doing all the background work. He's a great producer. And Jay, Big Jay, thank you so much for coming on and
hanging no problem.
out. It's been a lot of fun. James, you got anything to say?
No, I appreciate everybody. Thank you all for supporting both of these. There we go. All screwed up on my setup. These two wonderful individuals, and for bearing with me popping in and out of the chat because I was not able to be here the whole time.
Oh, you did great tonight, James. And Big J, you got anything that you want to say?
No, I'm good. Just thanks for watching and hanging out with us. Had a blast. Thanks for asking me to come out and hang out with you guys too. I appreciate it.
Thank you for doing it.
Oh, no problem.
Yep.
No problem.
Now, Big J, if somebody has a question, will you answer it on either your live stream or can they contact you through Facebook?
Oh, yep.
I don't know if you like doing it. I should have asked you if I should promote your Facebook. But
yeah, I don't care. You just got to find me. It's under my real name. I don't have and yeah. So you can find me through this. I'm either one of these two. You can find me. You just got to look for this ugly mug and you'll see it.
Yeah, darn it. I wish I wouldn't have said that now.
Look for the beard.
Yeah.
I'm Chattanooga Ed on Facebook. I'll do my best to answer questions. Oh, we got Aqua Cop out.
Oh,
Thanks for coming, man.
I've got a Fish Room Fever account on Facebook, so you can message me on there. So,
awesome.
Good support team.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you everybody for showing up. We'll do it again next week. And if anybody wants to go up next, they can holler it out, or I guess you can just go see who's live.
Yeah.
But thanks for showing up, guys. I appreciate it.